need to talk to the head of the Greybeards to see if they'll host a peace conference. It's something alien to them. They tend to not get involved with political affairs.
Aldwin? We heard the Dragonborn shout from here. You defeated him? I feared as much. I thought it was him we saw flying east after your battle. We are not warriors. What is overlooked in the Dragonborn is not permitted to any other followers of the Way of the Voice.
You misunderstand our authority. The Greybeards have never involved themselves in political affairs.
I see. The dragon will lead you to Aldwin, but without the Jarl's help. Paarthurnax has made the decision to help you. This is the road we have to walk. Even the Greybeards must bend to the winds of change, it seems. So be it. Tell Ulfric and General Tullius that the Greybeards wish to speak to them. We will see if they still remember us. Wind, guide you.
So to Windhelm and to Solitude. That's the first time I think I've seen a Greybeard come out this direction. That's interesting. It would probably be easiest to meet with the Stormcloaks first, or fastest. The reason why it's faster is because at this point it's easier to get to Windhelm from here, from this location. head west to Solitude, then go south by Whiterun, and then back to this location again. The circular path. But that circular path is easier than the other. Oh well, it depends upon where the difficulty lies, and at the front or the back of the path. Now that's hugely difficult, it's more complicated. You travel between here and Windhelm than it is to travel between Solitude and this location. I'm doing season unending, and the first thing I need to do is speak with the leader of the Stormcloaks and the Imperials. Up until now, I've pretty much kept a neutral stance. Not the safest way down, but thing to watch out for here is because there's usually casters in this fort, and depending upon their mood they could attack you and hit you with a fireball, which can do a lot of damage. Usually they do not attack, but it's best to know what the situation could evolve into. And there's a shame that casting this spell does not raise your ability with conjuring. Still a useful spell, but that would be nice.
I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier with a belly full of meat.
Don't be so sure.
You're that one from the college. Heard about you.
The Empire's putting a great deal of pressure on Whiterun.
And what would you have me do? Only the foolish or the courageous approach a Jarl without summons. Do I know you? Ah, yes. Destined for the chopping block, if I'm not mistaken. A fair point.
If he's
Well,
not with us,
you've come to
he's
the right
against
place, then.
us.
Speak with Galmar. As you can see, I have much that requires my attention. If you're inclined to gab, there are some nice prison guards you may like to meet.
And great, he's not offering me a chance to... This is complicated.
Keep your brother, and he'll keep you.
I'm gonna head to talk to the Emperor then. Imperial side. Maybe that'll loosen some things up. Unless I can just drop this Stormcloak Rebellion quest. That complicates things. that's not good. That's a troll behind me. Or a bear. It's a bear. That's just the sound of ice cracking. The thing is, sometimes with Elder Scrolls, these bugs happen. If talking to the general, Solitude, and then going back and talking to the Stormcloaks leader doesn't knock something loose, then I might have to do the Civil War quest regardless of my intent to stay neutral or not. And that seems to be because I was close enough to hear someone mention join the Stormcloaks, which doesn't make sense, as that being a declaration that you're definitely going to try to join the Stormcloaks. But apparently there's a bug there. solitude.
Citizen? For a dragon to attack Kyne's Grove. Why? Why there? Lightly armored means light on your feet. Smart.
I used to be. Got to think.
If it's arms or armor you need, see Baron in Castle Dower.
Are my men now giving free rein to anyone who wanders into the castle? Do you have some reason to be here, citizen? Right, Helgen. One of the prisoners, if I recall correctly. Hadvar's alive. I hope that's true. He's a damn good soldier. But he hasn't reported in yet, so he can't exactly confirm your story. In the meantime, why don't you have a chat with Legate Ricka? I suspect we might have use for someone resourceful like you. Not many survived, Helgen. Besides, I'm sure your being imprisoned was all a terrible misunderstanding.
I'm telling you.
Speak with Legate Ricka.
Planning an attack on
The Greybeards. What do those old hermits want with me? Why, there's nothing to discuss as long as that traitor Ulfric is in arms against his rightful emperor. They are getting to be a problem, but I wasn't sent to Skyrim to fight dragons. My job is to quell this rebellion, and I intend to do just that, dragons or no dragons. I'll be the judge of that. Besides, by all reports, the Stormcloaks are suffering just as much as we are from these dragon attacks. Fair enough. We're driving the Stormcloaks back well enough at the moment, but we're already overstretched. That's what comes of trying to win a war with a bare handful of legions. If the Emperor would just give me the reinforcements I've requested. Yes, fine. I'll come to this Greybeard Council. For all the good it will do. He'd be insane to try. He doesn't have the men.
That's not what my scouts report, sir.
So hopefully that will
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet roll.
make it easier to unclog or get the leader of the Stormcloaks to actually agree to go, or at least have the option to even talk about it. But it leads back to Windhelm.
So, you can cast a few spells. Am I supposed to be impressed?
There's Dawnstar. So it's not too much far of a trip. Those wolves don't like the water, so you can pretty much avoid them. You get close enough to attack, but they won't cross it. Apparently decided they'd rather have porker anyway. Interesting enough, this is also the safest route between Solitude and Hill. And there's Windhelm. Just up ahead.
You have committed crimes against Skyrim and her people. What say you in your defense?
Okay, I'm not sure what crimes I've done.
Smart man. Now
Okay, that was weird. Again, I'm not certain what crimes I committed.
He's a true Nord. He'll come around.
You hear the news? There's a
Don't
dragon
be so
roosting up
sure
on
of
Mount
that.
Downthorn.
We've intercepted couriers from Solitude. The
I
Empire
remember
is putting
you.
a great deal
You were
of
at
pressure
Helgen with
on the
us.
White Run.
Come to join the war. Speak with Galmar. He handles the new recruits. I'm sorry to hear that. If you change your mind, speak with Galmar. What does bring you to me? It's about time they turned their gaze from the heavens back to our bleeding homeland. What do they want? I have the greatest respect for the Greybeards, of course, and the dragon attacks are a growing plague. But the political situation is still delicate. Not all the Jarls are fully committed to supporting me as High King. I can't afford to appear weak. I can't agree to this unless Tullius himself will be there. Good. We still hold half of Skyrim despite everything the Empire could throw at us. I doubt the Empire has the stomach for much more bloodletting. Yes, I'll give Tullius one more chance to quit Skyrim with his tail between his legs. And what would you have me do?
If he's not with us, he's against us.
The Grey...
Alright, now back to the Greybeards. Thankfully, talking to General Tullius fixed that bug. Either that, or for some strange reason I had a crime in Windhelm. I'm not sure where I picked it up, but that might have jarred it loose as well. Unfortunately, it's impossible to know at this point which one it was. A little bit more complicated to get to the Greybeards from here.
Horses. All day.
It's probably because I haven't really... I've traveled between Whiterun and Mifton all the time. And then getting between Whiterun and Solitude is pretty easy, as well as Makoth. The mountains between Whiterun and Windhelm can be complicated. Not difficult, but complicated. Particularly between Iverstead and Windhelm. Getting from Windhelm to the road or by the water side, and of course getting from between Windhelm and Solitude is pretty easy. You can follow the water or the road for that one. Road is a little bit more complicated, but the water is a straight shot. And Dawnstar is between the two along the water, as is Winterhold. The only difference is Winterhold is a little ways up, and you have to go a little ways in to get to it. So it's not a direct shot from the water. Otherwise, it's a long way around. This will send me by White Run. And then I'll head back down to Iverstead. Not the most efficient way to get in there, but I guess. At least I think it is. White Run is just ahead. I'll head by Riverwood and then to Iverstead. I'm not entirely certain who hires the Brotherhood to go after your character, but that does happen from time to time. Before either you join the Brotherhood or you destroy the Brotherhood. Iverstead is just to the left, past Helgen. Halberstadt is just following this road. And then taking the first left. First true left. Interestingly enough, if you're looking for an early way to turn into a vampire, then there's a cave around here that will allow you to do so without going on the Dawn Star or the Dawnguard quest line. And it's pretty much a cave full of vampires. The only thing you need to do is basically alternate between going in and out of the cave and just keep taking hits, I guess you could say, from the vampires until you contract the disease. You'll find the disease under active effects in here, and then it's a matter of just waiting until the disease takes over. The other way to become a vampire is to go through the Dawnguard quest line, at which point you will be given the option to become a stronger vampire, I guess you could say. You'll basically be a vampire lord. You can switch back and forth between the vampire lord powers. Similar to the werewolf transformation, only vampire transformation. The second form is the closer to the Daedra blessing, or curse, depending upon how you look at the Daedra. Not too much further now from the Greybeard's position. Do not suspect it's just a matter of time to wait for both sides to arrive for the negotiations. There are the blades.
So, you've done it. The men of violence are gathered here, in these halls whose very stones are dedicated to peace. I should not have agreed to host this council. The Greybeards have no business involving ourselves in such matters. Which is why I allowed this violation of all our traditions. But regrets are pointless. Here we are. Take your seat at the council table, and let us see what wisdom we can find among these warriors of Skyrim.
So, Arngeir, is it? You know why we're here. Are you going to let us in or not?
You're not invited here. You're not welcome here.
We have as much right to be at this council as all of you. More, actually, since we were the ones that put the Dragonborn on this path.
Let's see the blades. Oh. There we go.
Now that everyone is here, please take your seats so we can begin. I hope that we have all come here in the spirit
You
of...
insult us by bringing her to this negotiation? You're Chief Talos Hunter?
That didn't take long.
Here.
I have every right to be at this negotiation.
There's me, then
I
this
need to
thing right
ensure
here.
that nothing is agreed to here that violates the terms of the White Gold Concordat.
She's part of the Imperial delegation. You can't dictate who I bring to this council.
Please, if we have to negotiate the terms of the negotiation, we will never get anywhere. Perhaps this would be a good time to get the Dragonborn's input on this matter.
By Izmir's beard, the nerve of those Imperial bastards, eh? To think that I would sit down at the same table with that. Thalmor bitch. Either she walks or I do. I'm glad we agree on this.
Very well, Ulfric.
That gains
Enjoy
points.
your petty victory. The Thalmor will treat
And
with whatever
hopefully
government
that
rules
will
Skyrim. We would
let
not
him
think of
be
interfering in your civil war.
more
Ha! Skyrim will never bow to
giving
the
hope.
Thalmor. Unlike
Small
your
victory.
imperial friends here.
You're lucky I respect the Greybeard's counsel, Galmar.
Legate, we represent the Emperor here.
Sorry, sir. It won't happen again.
Now that that's settled, may we proceed?
I have something to say first.
Here we go.
The only reason I agreed to attend this council was to deal with the dragon menace. There's nothing else to talk about. Unless the Empire is finally ready to renounce its unjust claim to rule over the free people of Skyrim.
I knew he wouldn't be able to resist.
We're here to arrange a temporary truce to allow the Dragonborn here to deal with the dragons, nothing more. I consider even talking to the Empire a generous gesture.
Are you done? Did you just come here to make speeches, or can we get down to business?
Yes, let's get this over with.
Are we ready to proceed? Jarl Ulfric, General Tullius, this council is unprecedented. We are gathered here at the Dragonborn's request. I ask that you all respect the spirit of High Hrothgar, and do your best to begin the process of achieving a lasting peace in Skyrim. Who would like to open the negotiations?
Yes, let's get down to it. We want control of Markarth. That's our price for agreeing to a truce.
So that's why you're here, Ulfric? You dare to insult the Greybeards by using this council to advance your own position?
Jarl Elisif.
General, this is outrageous. You can't be taking this demand seriously. I thought we were here to discuss a truce.
Elisif, I said I'd handle it. Ulfric, you can't seriously expect us to give up Markarth at the negotiating table. You hope to gain in council what you've been unable to take in battle, is that it?
I'm sure Jarl Ulfric does not expect something for nothing.
Yes, that'd be entirely out of character.
Want in return?
Wait, General, you don't intend to just hand over Markarth to that traitor?
This is how the Empire repays us for our loyalty?
Enough. First, let's be clear. This council wasn't my idea. I think it's a waste of time. You are a traitor to the Empire, and deserve a traitor's death. But I at least will negotiate in good faith. Since we're all here at your request, I'd like to hear what you think Markarth is worth.
How about Riften?
The rift would help secure our communications with Cyrodiil, and threaten Ulfric's southern flank.
The Dragonborn has spoken, Tullius. Markarth will be ours. Now we'll see if there's anything behind your talk of good faith.
You disappoint me, Dragonborn. I accepted your invitation on trust in your good name. But it seems you intend to favor Ulfric. I can see now that this is not a negotiation at all. I know you, Ulfric. If I hand over Markarth, you'll be ready with a new demand. You'll never defeat the Empire, and you know it. But you're willing to sacrifice thousands for your own selfish ambition. Soon enough, I'll have you back under the headsman's axe, and this time there won't be any dragon to save you.
As always, the Empire's fine words are worth nothing.
Stop! Are you so blind to our danger that you can't see past your petty disagreements? Here you sit arguing about nothing, while the fate of the land hangs in the balance.
Is he with you, Delphine? If so, I advise you to tell him to watch his tongue.
He is with me. And I advise you both to listen to what he has to say before you do anything rash.
Don't you understand the danger? Don't you understand what the return of the dragons means? Alduin has returned, the World Eater. Even now he devours the souls of your fallen comrades. He grows more powerful with every soldier slain in your pointless war. Can you not put aside your hatred for even one moment in the face of this mortal danger?
I don't know about the end of the world, but this dragon situation has gotten out of hand. If this truce will help the Dragonborn here put an end to that menace, we both gain. Remember that, Ulfric. Now, back to the matter at hand. You know as well as I do that we can't hand over Markarth on these terms.
You see what talking to them gets us?
I'm listening.
We want compensation for the massacre at Karthwasten.
You slaughtered the very people you claim to be fighting for. True sons of Skyrim would never do such things.
Damned Imperial lies. My men would never stoop to such methods, even in retaliation for your butchery at...
All the blood spilled in this war is on your head.
So, Dragonborn, what do you say?
Ulfric should compensate you.
For once you'll actually pay for your crimes. I suppose that's the fairest deal we're likely to get.
Yeah, I think so too.
It seems we may have an agreement. Jarl Ulfric, General Tullius, these are the terms currently on the table. Markarth will be handed over to Ulfric's forces, Jarl Igmund will step down, and Thongvor Silverblood will become the Jarl of Markarth. The Stormcloaks will withdraw from the rift, allowing Imperial troops unhindered access. Jarl Leila Lawgiver will step down, and Maven Blackbriar will become the Jarl of Riften. The Stormcloaks will pay appropriate compensation for the massacre at Karthwasten. You both agree to this?
The Sons of Skyrim will live up to their agreements, as long as the Imperials hold to theirs. What about you, Elisif? Are these terms to your liking? Speak up! I'm sure General Tullius is waiting to do your bidding.
I have nothing to say to that murderer. General, you've proven yourself a good friend to Skyrim. I continue to trust that you will do your utmost to safeguard our interests.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. I appreciate your loyalty. The Empire can live with these terms, yes, for a temporary truce, until the dragon menace is dealt with. After that, Ulfric, there will be a reckoning. Count on it.
Come on, Galmar. We have a lot of work to do.
Giving up Markarth is a heavy price for this truce, Dragonborn. I hope it was worth it.
Jarl Balgruuf, I assume you are familiar with the Dragonborn's plan?
Yes, I'm ready to do my part. Just say the word, and my men will help you spring this trap.
But the difficulty remains how to lure a dragon to Dragon's Reach at all.
Well, that's an excellent question. You haven't overlooked that little detail, have you?
Nope.
Ah, I believe I can be of help here. I anticipated the problem. While you were arranging this meeting, I was busy in the library of Skyhaven Temp, an unguessed trove of lost lore. But the important thing is that the Blades recorded many of the names of dragons they slew. Cross-referencing this with Delphine's map of dragon burial sites, I believe I've identified one of the dragons that Alduin has raised up. Don't you see? The names of dragons are always 3 words of power, shouts. By calling the dragon with a voice, he will hear you wherever he might be. He's not compelled to, but dragons are prideful by nature and loath to refuse a challenge. Your voice in particular is likely to intrigue this dragon after your victory over Alduin. I think it's very likely that he will be unable to resist investigating your call. Ah, indeed. I'm no master of the voice, like these worthy gentlemen, but it is written here in this scroll. Oda Ving, winged snow hunter, as I read it. I'm afraid there's
one more thing.
A serious one.
We know about
I've discovered who the Greybeard's leader really is.
That's fine. We needed his help. Now we don't. And it's long past time for him to pay for his crimes. And he's not just any dragon. He was the right hand of Alduin. He committed atrocities so infamous they are still remembered thousands of years later. He needs to die. He deserves to die. And it falls to you to kill him. Until he's dead. Well, I'm sorry, but we would dishonor our oaths as blades if we continue to help you. Make your choice, Dragonborn. You're either with us or against us. Here's the big picture. He helped Alduin enslave our ancestors. He may have betrayed Alduin in the end, but that makes him worse, not better. We can't afford to give Paarthurnax the opportunity to betray us in turn and return to his old master.
I guess I'll have to do it without the blades.
Hey, did you say something?
Next to Whiterun, apparently. Oh. Shalt. I've been to the area where I believe is where you'll be trapping these dragons. And it looks like there's enough space there to do so. I hadn't spent too much time wandering around it, but I believe I know where it is. It's that patio or the balcony in the back of Whiterun. It's also the area where if you don't find the steward wandering around, you can usually find them back there at the table. Vampires. Well, particularly Gargoyle, but they're the vampire faction. So, getting ready for a dragon fight. Don't think I'm going to be able to summon the other dragon I have. I'm probably going to be recovering after summoning the dragon I need to capture. So, hopefully it's just a matter of doing enough damage.
Need something?
Greybeards have arranged a truce between the Stormcloaks and Imperials. How long can such a thing last?
This is what we need to do to drop onto them, so that means getting them to there. I'm just going to take a look around to see exactly what will be required. Going to wait a little bit. So I believe talk to the Jarl probably. It could just be that I got back here before Jarl did. There's y'all.
We're ready, Dragonborn. Just as I promised. My men stand ready. The great chains are oiled. We wait on your word. My men know what to do. Make sure you do your part. I'm putting my city in your hands.
Another wanderer, here to lick my father's boots. Good job.
Go ahead and call this dragon of yours. We're ready. You do have a plan for luring a dragon here, yeah?
There he is.
Hear that?
Steady. Steady now. Keep under cover until it's gone.
Dovahkiin, here I am. Hold your fire until he's close.
Do not try to hide from me. I claim the glory of your defeat, Dovahkiin.
Get back! We need to trap it!
Just, yeah, got healing. Oh, good.
Zuulbonar, you went to a great deal of trouble to put me in this humiliating position. In Sir Alduin, No doubt you want to know where to find Alduin. Renikvaza, an apt phrase. Alduin Boval. One reason I came to your call was to test your Thuum for myself. Many of us have begun to question Alduin's lordship, whether his Thuum was truly the strongest. Among ourselves, of course, Muni Mae, none were yet ready to openly defy him. Once Lord Croesus, innumerable pardons, I digress. He has traveled to Sovngarde to regain his strength, devouring the Silesur, the souls of the mortal dead, a privilege he jealously guards. His door to Sovngarde is at Skuldafn, one of his ancient fanes high in the eastern mountains. Mindoran pa ok midove navarantil. I surely do not need to warn you that all his remaining strength is marshaled there. Zuulost ofan hinlan. Now that I have answered your question, you will allow me to go free? Serve you? No. Need id. If and when you defeat Alduin, I will reconsider. Croesus. There is one detail about Skuldafn I neglected to mention. Only this. You have the Thuum of a Dova, but without the wings of one, you will never set foot in Skuldafn. Of course, I could fly you there, but not while imprisoned like this.
Alright.
Onikan Korav Gain Mirad. It is wise to recognize when you only have one choice. And you can trust me. Zuni Tarudis. Alduin has proven himself unworthy to rule. I go my own way now. Free me, and I will carry you to Skaldafin.
Yep, time to go off to Skaldafin then. This might be cute.
Incredible. I can't believe that worked.
Sir, you have no idea how long I have waited for such an opportunity. I would be most appreciative if you would permit me to perform some, tests on you, purely in the interests of the advancement of knowledge.
Be gone, mage. Do not test my promise to the Dovahkiin.
I assure you, you will not even notice them. Most of them are hardly painful at all to a large dragon such as yourself.
Farengar, very bad idea, even for you.
Surely you wouldn't miss a few scales, or a small amount of blood.
May, what are you doing back there?
Farengar, enough, fool!
Was nu? Dini dein Ruthi Astvan. Saran Uth, I await your command as promised. Are you ready to see the world as only a Dova can? Zukrit Oth. I warn you, once you've flown the skies of Kaizal, your envy of the Dove will only increase. Amativ, mu bokotin stinselok.
Probably both.
This is as far as I can take you. Grifboth Akrim. I will look for your return. Or Alduin's.
Pick up their arrows. Try not to get burnt. Summon a little bit of help. What am I doing? I could dominate him. That's another option. Not Dragon Rim, aspect. Bend the wheel. worked.
Skål Dolphin and Costino.
However, it did not.
Skål Dolphin and Costino.
Alright, so if Ben Will is not going to work, then either Dragon Rend. Yeah, that'll work.
Skål Dolphin and Costino. Skål Dolphin and Costino.
One ally down. A known number to go. Tango's inside. Sound like they're above me. Not all of them, though. Just one tango. Nope. One of them's still walking, and that's the tango in question. Increase my armor by quite a bit, and it looks fairly nice too. Small side trip, but I think that one was worth it. Tango's up there. Imagine this is going to be like this all the way through. hard to shout with a bolt in your lungs. Lost track of this one. Oh, no pickpocketing in this one. I'll take a look at this other side on the way back to there. But there's another, probably small map right here, so looks identical to the other one. slight miss. Glass bow is nice, but I have an ebony bow, so... Tango, but I don't know exactly what. I think it's on top. If I am reading this right, this is a physical entrance to Sovngarde. One of them at least. Or a physical entrance to the afterlife. snake over here. Well, snake and bird. Well, over here. Assuming the links are here. As for this, it looks like the door it unlocks depends upon which one you give it to. Or which symbol you give it. This one. Or this one. Let's do eagle first from the looks of it. Eagle or hawk. And the next one is snake. Possible tango to my left up here, depending, and right. The other one could still open. Although, let's see if it's dependent upon which side I go down. Does not seem to be the case. Alright, moving on. Possible that those were the only ones that were not damaged too much. Spiders. Very good at hiding chests in those spider webs. More tangos, at least 2. there's a switch up there too. And a switch down here. I think up here is a whale. And an eagle on this side. So, assuming eagle here. And whale over there. Snake down there. Many of these symbols are tied with rebirth, so I guess that makes sense. Given its context of where this area is supposed to be leading to. That being the Sovereign Guard. The afterlife. Or the afterlife for the Nords. Two tangos on the top. One tango left. Got him. We'll need to take one short break. I'll be right back and then I'll continue on. Apologize for that short break. We'll continue on now. Couple of traps in here. Trap on the floor and oil all over the place. My guess is that trap will release fire trap. Yep, that clay pot. Some of those traps can be repurposed. Similar to the design of the Hall of Stories, but there's no story to tell here. And more of these traps that would release this while you're on top of these gas things. That could do a lot of damage if you're not careful. Now we get to the true Hall of Stories. Seems like they didn't add it to much of this. Interesting. So this one is Wolf, Moth, and Dragon. Hunter, Rebirth, and Dragon. Or it could be a way of saying Hunter and Rebirth combined into a dragon. Or dragon symbolizes both of them, I suppose. Something just moved. Interesting. Place prepared to Drogar. These were the tangos I was hearing earlier. And it looks like that is the entrance to Sovereign Guard. That column of light. That's it for crossbow bolts. So ebony bow now. Or a bit of magic. Basically came from this side. attacking, then I'm just gonna go on the southern guard then. Similar to entering the Soul Cairn. And this is Southern Guard. The World Eater is moving through this area, eating souls. Likely on the way to the main hall. Looks like that's it right there.
Turn back, traveler. Terror waits within this mist. Many have braved the shadowed veil. But vain is all courage against the peril that guards the way. Near Giant's Gap, in the gloom before dawn, we marched unsuspecting into the Imperial's trap. Then we stood and fought, our shield wall defending, until by dawn's light, the Legion's ranks wavered. But I never knew, if Night's End brought victory, a swift flying arrow to Sovngarde carried me. I do not know, but none have passed through. Alduin, his hunger insatiable, hunts the lost souls snared within this shadowed valley. Can you lead the way to where Shore's Hall waits, beckoning us on to welcome long sought? I saw it fair when first I trod this long-sought path. The pain and fear vanished, dreamlike, and a vision beckoned. Shore's Hall, shimmering across the clouded veil, but quenched was hope by the shrouding mist. My mind is darkened. I've lost the way, and wander blindly. Hurry, before Alduin your life devours. Bring word to Shore's Hall of our hard fate. I'll try to hold to your hopeful purpose. Quickly, before this encompassing fog once more snares me in the World Eater's net. Turn back before he finds you. Turn back before he finds you.
This is gonna be a tough one. I might not be able to convince him.
What brings you, Wayfarer Grim? To wander here in Sovngarde, Soul's End. Shore's gift to honor dead. A fateful errand. No few have chafed to face the worm, since first he set his soul snare here at Sovngarde's threshold. But Shore restrained our wrathful onslaught. Perhaps deep counseled your doom he foresaw. No shade are you, as usually here passes. But living, you dare the land of the dead. By what right do you request entry? Ah. It's been too long since last I faced a doom-driven hero of the Dragonblood. Living or dead, by decree of Shor, none may pass this perilous bridge till I judge them worthy by the warrior's test. Fools!
Yeah, that's a one-shot.
What brings you, Wayfarer Grim? A wanderer here. I am soon. Shield thing to shore. The whalebone bridge he bade me guard. And winnow all those souls whose heroic end sent them here to shore's lofty hall. Where welcome well earned awaits those I judge fit to join that fellowship of honor. No, by what right do you request? Ah. Living or dead, by decree of Shor, none may pass this perilous bridge. I judge them worthy by the warrior's test. Shor's favor has found you, Dragon. The Hall of Valor, the heart's ease, awaits. It is long since one of the living has entered here. May Shor's favor follow you and your aid.
That's interesting. So another one of the living has gone through here as well.
Welcome, Dragonborn. Our door has stood empty since Alduin first set his soul snare here. By Shor's command, we sheathed our blades, and ventured not the Vale's dark mist. but 3 await your word to loose their fury upon the perilous foe. Gormlaith, the fearless, glad-hearted in battle. Hekon, the valiant, heavy-handed warrior. Feldir, the old, far-seeing and grim.
Aye. Let us forget our sorrow in the fury of battle. Seek ye food or song unending? Fighting, drinking, fellowship, and boasting? Find welcome here and warm your soul.
No gloom can hold my heart for long in Shore's blessed hall, where no shadows lie.
Dragonborn.
At long last,
Have you come to
Alduin's
cleanse
doom
Sovngarde?
is now ours to seal. Just speak the word, and with high hearts, we'll hasten forth to smite the worm wherever he lurks. The
Hold,
endless
comrade.
wait gives way to battle.
Let us counsel
Alduin's
take before
doom,
battle is
his
blindly
death or
joined.
ours.
Alduin's mist is more than a snare.
For
Its
100
shadowy gloom
lifetimes,
is his
my
shield
heart has
and cloak.
burned for
But
revenge
with 4
on
voices
Alduin
joined,
too long
our valor
delayed.
combined, we can blast the mist and bring him to battle.
Feldir speaks wisdom. The World Eater, coward, fears you, Dragonborn. We must drive away his mist, shouting together, and then unsheath our blades in desperate battle with our black-winged foe.
That tells me not Stormclaw, but clear skies.
To battle, my friends! The field will echo with the clamor of war, our wills undaunted.
The eyes of Shore upon us. Defeat Alduin.
Look!
Clear skies! Combine our shouts! Again!
Look! Is our struggle in vain?
Stand fast! His strength is failing. Once more and his might will be broken.
Look!
The endless wait gives way to battle. No escape this time. Radar!
Shoot, that got me even with healing. It melted through what I had healed. Great. Probably should. Make sure I've got clear skies. Alright.
We cannot fight the foe in this mist.
Clear skies! Combine our shouts!
Look! Can shatter his power if we shout together. Look!
Does his strength have no end? Is our struggle in vain?
Stand fast! His strength is failing. Once more and his might will be broken.
His power crumbles. Do not pause for breath. Look!
Endless wait gives way to battle. Out. No escape this time, foul.
fallen rocks. That was a mistake, calling that dragon in. Because he just will not land. There we go. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a fight. The problem is I can't cast Dragon Ren. I can't do anything until I recover my ability to shout again. Just let him kill me. It's faster to go that way instead of waiting. So do not summon a dragon. This far. Melt through a lot of health.
They will sing of this battle in Shore's Hall forever. But your fate lies elsewhere. When you have completed your count of days, I may welcome you again with glad friendship and bid you join the blessed feasting. When you are ready to rejoin the living, just bid me so, and I will send you back. Return now to Nirn, with this rich boon from shore, my lord. A shout to bring a hero from Sovngarde in your hour of need.
Surot fur Kanaran.
He who came before all others, and has always been. His doom was written when he claimed for himself the lordship that properly belonged to Bormahu, our father Akatosh. But I cannot celebrate his fall. Zutiraz Ach Ochmah. He was my brother once. This world will never be the same. Perhaps. At least it will continue to exist. Greek Lochlein. And, as you told me once, the next world will have to take care of itself. Furnilos. Even I cannot see past time's ending. But I forget myself. Crosis. Solos midfadon. Melancholy is an easy trap for a Dova to fall into. You have won a mighty victory, Shahroch Kondra. One that will echo through all the ages of this world for those who have eyes to see. Savor your triumph, Dovahkiin. This is not the last of what you will write upon the currents of time. Goran, I feel younger than I have in many an age. Many people are now scattered across Kizan. Without Alduin's lordship, they may yet bow to the Vazen, brightness of my Thu'um. But willing or no, they will hear it. Fare thee well, Dovahkiin.
I wish the Old One luck But I doubt many will wish to exchange Alduin's lordship for the tyranny of Paarthurnax's way of the voice. As for myself, you've proven your mastery twice over. Thuri Dovahkiin, I gladly acknowledge the power of your Thum. Zu Odaving, call me when you have need, and I will come if I can.
There's 2 dragons I can call. It might be safe to go back down without their skies. Since the biggest reason for that was to protect Paarthurnax, and he's gone elsewhere. So I'm going to end this stream when I get back to the Greybeards. And that's all I have time for the moment. And I'll try to stream again later tonight. I'll also do a survival playthrough as well. It sounds like it's damaging me, but it's not taking any of my health, so.
I can see it in your eyes. You've seen the land of the gods and returned. Does this mean it is done? Is Alduin truly defeated? Perhaps. Perhaps not. Dragons are not like normal mortal creatures, and Alduin is unique, even among dragonkind. He may be permitted to return at the end of time to fulfill his destiny as the World Eater. But that is for the gods to decide. You have done your part. You've shown yourself mighty, both in voice and deed. In order to defeat Alduin, you have gained mastery of dreadful weapons. Now it is up to you to decide what to do with your power and skill. Will you be a hero whose name is remembered in song throughout the ages? Or will your name be a curse to future generations? Or will you merely fade from history, unremembered? Let the way of the voice be your guide, and the path of wisdom will be clear to you. Breath and focus, Dragonborn. Your future lies before you.
So thank you for watching, and that is it for now.